Hi everybody, this is for the lunar eclipse happening on May 26th, Eastern Standard Time here. Now, pretty much we have got some things going on, okay? You are feeling uncomfortable right now. You want to find the beauty in life, but you just can't. You're trying to bring actions into your life to make you feel more comfortable because the partnerships that you have had in your life, they're making you feel very uncomfortable about who you are. And, you're done. Now, the thing is, and I want to talk a little bit about this Uranus Saturn square because I'm taking a journey right now with the goddess Persephone. Well, Persephone is in astrology Ceres' daughter, and she at this eclipse is definitely conjunct Uranus. And Uranus is about change, okay? And Persephone is about going into the deep underworld of our soul, okay? And pretty much we are feeling uncomfortable. And it's because there has to be a death to the way things have been, there has to be a change in that area of your life because there is a lunar eclipse in the opposite house. Now, it's not conjunct Uranus, so we're doing okay. But there is a change happening there because you want beauty in your life, you want harmony and peace and all the good things in life, and you're not getting it, and your actions are being driven through your intuition and your emotional stance, so therefore a change has to happen. Now, also I do want to say, because Pluto is, in Capricorn. So the old way of doing things is dying off. There's a change there that has to happen. And I mean, it just no other way to put that. And and that change has to happen because you have fallen from grace, okay? There was an area of your life where you just pretty much fell from grace, and it's because destruction had to happen in that area of life in order for you to see it wasn't really beautiful. It was just a perception of what you thought. You need to heal something, okay? And that healing has to come from within because sometimes it's not going to come in any other way, because other people aren't in the same place as you are, so you've got to look at that. And you've fallen from grace because you had to look at fears that you had to deal with those fears. And in all of this, the one good thing, yes, this lunar eclipse, it can make us emotional and things can be leaving our life. But in the long run, what's leaving our life is healthy, okay? What's leaving our life is going to make room for a conscious awareness of why all of these things have happened. You know, we just have to look at why everything has happened, okay, and be consciously aware of the choices that we make from here out. Partners are always going to be opposed to ideals that we may have to make our life more loving or more beautiful, because they are afraid that we're going to leave them behind in our goal to make our own life better. The only way partners get left behind in this matter is if they become unhealthy, okay? If they're just thinking about what they want, they're not thinking about the partnership as a whole. Because, you know, we need that transformation. And transformation always comes when something has been destroyed in order for us to build it in a healthy way. And that all had to happen by facing our fears. So, you know, and know that the actions that you're taking right now, you know, you're uncomfortable. I'm not going to say that you're liking it in the least. You're uncomfortable with the actions, and it's leaving you unsure of your direction and where to go. But it's a quest for you to find that balance, that harmony, and that peace in your life, you know, and you've got different options at bay here, but you've got to pick the option that's going to work for you. And don't sit on the fence too long, because when you sit on that fence too long, the option's going to be chosen for you. So know this. Well, I am using the Moonology cards because we are dealing with a lunar eclipse here, and I want to see exactly what's going on. Now, also know that this eclipse is at, trying to look at the degrees here, 5 degrees 26, okay? And it's got to be a pretty close orb in order to eclipse something emotionally out of your life. I've seen eclipses take effect that you knew it was coming to. And I also have seen eclipses that were accepted because they just knew that what was going on wasn't healthy. So, and I just throwing this out there too, I think it's sort of crazy that some people's unemployment is ending this month because the eclipse is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius naturally rules the 9th house, which is government. And a lot of people are losing their government stimulus. So that's just, you know, one way it can play out. But let's see, what's, well, this card wants to come. Okay, it's the waning moon, okay? Now, you need to ask yourself at this eclipse what you need to release, okay? You know, trying to think here. Something needs to go in your life, okay? It's no longer working for you. You're holding on to it because it's comfortable, but you're starting to get uncomfortable with it. You know, you see that it's changing, you know, and the situation has peaked, okay? And that's why you're feeling uncomfortable, for better or worse, you know. And the best way to look at this, it's, you know, autumn. And you need to go within and search yourself and look at why you're feeling cold, why you're feeling out of place, out of sorts, that why you've withdrawn, you know. You just need to let something go that's holding you back, you know. Move forward in life, and don't try to hold on to what no longer is working. You know, you've got to release the emotional baggage. Um, you know, a new path is being forged for you, but you have to accept that new path and let go of what's been comfortable for you. You know, you can't cling onto the past. I mean, the past right now, it is making you uncomfortable because your partnerships in your life are opposed to what you're doing. And you want peace and you want harmony and you want love. But you got to look at the actions that you've been taking and seeing how that's been affecting that. You know, and we're all being asked to change in some way, okay? And, you know, Uranus is in one part of our change saying there's change happening there, okay? And you need to look at what needs to change at a deeper level. This is not just a superficial change. You know, it's a place where something needs to heal, okay? And it all has to stem with fears that you have. But, you know, in the same sense, the moon, the eclipse, is taking part in that opposite house, you know. I mean, is there's something like, okay, we were talking about the government stimulus and all of that. Is there a change that you need to make in your mental habits to move on, okay, with your, well, let's put it this, is there a change that you need to make in your day-to-day life, okay, in order to let go of this stimulus that the government's giving you? Because, like I said, the change is going to happen whether you want it to or not. So you might as well accept the change and take the steps that you need to take in order to make things better for you, because you can't be unsure of your direction. And right now we're all pretty unsure of our direction because of the actions, you know, that are coming down. And I just tell you, this is a semi-sextile between Mars and Venus and Mercury. Okay, Venus and Mercury is, we want the beauty in our life, we want the peace, we want the harmony, we want to communicate in a loving and gracious way. But the actions that we're taking is saying something different. Okay, So just know with this moon, you're being asked to release something. You can either let it go the hard way, or you can just let it go and become consciously aware of why you've had to go through all of this. Because let's face it, it's all came on because of your own behavior. And I mean, you can either accept that behavior at a conscious level, or you can continue on in an unconscious way and try to blame your partners and try to blame everybody else instead of looking at your own actions and the way all of this has played out. So just know that yes, you're being restricted, okay? But that's because you're being asked to change something in another area of your life. Like, say, okay, just for instance, say you've got Venus, you've got a Gemini rising, okay, and you've got Venus and Mercury in your first house, but you've got Uranus in your 12th house and Saturn in your 9th house. Well, you're being restricted by your philosophies to make of your own mind, okay, to make the changes. You want beauty and harmony and peace in your life, but you won't even let your own mind rest, okay? I call it the stinking thinking. And this is what you have to change. You got to get rid of that behavior of the stinking thinking in order to better your, where you're going in this life at this point. Well, anyway, this is what I see for the lunar eclipse. Know that I love you all and that I will see you for the monthly astrology, and have a beautiful, beautiful month. Love ya. Bye-bye.